Hello, and thank you for reaching out with regards to the Everest base camp trek that I have literally completed. It was an 11-day trek that was 8 days up to base camp, and then an attempt on Kalapatel Peak, which is next to Everest, and then a 3-day trek back down. Um, how tough was the trek? Well, the trek, it was made up of several sort of areas of over the period of the day and of the period of the week, sorry. And each sort of section had its different levels of abilities, of challenges. There was the altitude, there was the fact that I was on crutches, so that was a massive issue as well. The fact that I've got CRPS, which meant my body was reacting differently to the different conditions that I was kind of being subjected to. But you know what? Overall, I would say that this trek was a challenge from day one. It was difficult. You are literally facing so many different elements that you just cannot negotiate or prepare yourself for. Yes, you can train and you can, learn about stamina and you can, you can concentrate on that sort of thing. But then when it comes down to the actual challenge itself, as you're going up through the different altitudes, you start being affected by the different environments that you're in. So, yeah, the trek itself was incredibly challenging. It was incredibly difficult. Yes, I did struggle. There was a couple of days where I didn't think I was going to make it. I suffered with altitude sickness at one point as well. I suffered with a dodgy stomach from whatever caused that. Then there was the loss of appetite. There were the points where you literally just struggle to eat something, you struggle to be able to drink something. You really have to kind of force yourself to take on food because you have no appetite at that altitude. So yeah, there was lots of different challenges, and then obviously with complex regional pain syndrome itself. I was in pain. The one day I was in so much pain, I was struggling to concentrate. Then when being on crutches, when you get into altitude, you start to have to really think about putting one step in front of another. But of course, I had to think not only about my steps, but also where my crutches were going. So all these little challenges all made up to the main trek itself, which was brilliant. And yeah, to say, the emotions that I felt when I reached Everest Base Camp. Well, funny enough, actually, on that note, I can't really remember feeling necessarily a great overwhelm of emotion. I was very chuffed that I did it, and I was very happy that I achieved that kind of goal, which I've been aiming for many years, but more so with the 8-year long journey of walking. But the real emotions kicked in the next day when I was on Kalapatel, which is the mountain near Everest, and you could just look at the scale of the challenge because you could see, so much more of the mountain range. You could see so much more of the track that you'd sort of completed the day before, and it was at that point that it really kind of kicked in exactly what we'd done and what we'd reached and the sheer achievement of that. And then on the trek back down, my body was being pushed even further at its elements because even though we were trekking 6, 7, 8, 9 hours a day, now we're looking at trekking 12, 13, 14 hours a day, at a much faster pace. And yes, we were going downhill, but of course, that's all right until you are already, taking into consideration exhaustion, and all of those kind of things that come with it. So, yeah, day two of the descent, my body did have a spasm, and I, that spasm did cause a little bit of body shock. And normally, when I have one of these events, I go to sleep for 3 hours, and I'm generally okay. This time, however, I had a major body spasm, and then had to trek another 2.5 hours to get from where we were to Namche Bazaar, which is the location that we were going. So even, you would think that the climb up to Everest Base Camp was challenging enough, but actually the trek back down was just as challenging and had just different elements that you had to face. And, different challenges that you had to overcome. But how do I feel now that I've completed the trek? Well, look, this has been something that I've been looking to achieve, looking to work towards. This was my final goal when I was paralyzed in 2016. Sorry, 2014. This was the goal that I was aiming for. This is why I was going back to physio. This is what I was pushing myself for. This is why I put in all the effort that I did. And now that's achieved. It's been ticked off the box, and I feel really proud. I feel proud of myself. I feel proud of the reasons why I did it. I feel proud of the fact that I could have given up on myself during the early days of my condition, and I didn't. I gave myself a challenge. I gave myself a goal. I aimed for those challenges. I aimed for those goals, but I didn't do it on my own. And I was joined by a fantastic team that we all worked together to get up there. We all worked together to get back down. We had two fantastic guides with Lopsang and Puba, the company that we used to help us with the support all the way up. We were getting communications from the director of the company, asking how we were, making sure we we're okay, how are we feeling, how are we achieving everything. But yeah, now that I've sort of sat down and I can reflect on exactly what it is we've done, I just feel this immense sense of pride, and that immense of emotional achievement. Is it the end? No, definitely not. The biggest problem when you become an adventure junkie, uh, it's always about the next adventure. So now that we're back here and we're kind of taking in everything that we've done and everything that we've achieved, we now get to sit down and look at what we're doing next, which is kind of already in the planning, but who knows. But yeah, it's phenomenal thing to have gone through, and it's an amazing achievement to be able to say that we've done. So yeah, feeling incredibly proud. Would I climb Everest base camp again? Well, that I'm not so sure on. I literally put myself, my body, my mental health, my mental well-being, my physical health, my physical well-being, into limitations that I never expected I ever would or could. So who knows what will lie with when it comes to high altitude again, but certainly challenge wise, yeah, I can't wait to the next challenge. So thank you so much for for reaching out and asking me to give you a quick update and supporting me and following me on this journey, and following us as a team on this journey as well. It's massively appreciated. And at the end of the day, this for us is about getting out awareness about complex regional pain syndrome, so that more people can learn about the condition, understand the condition, be aware that the condition actually exists, even though it affects 1 in 4 people in the UK. And also to be able to put some limelight on that as well. And thank you for supporting us as a team on this challenge from start to finish. It's massively appreciated, and we can't get that message out there of when you fall, get back up, without the help of those people that are behind us, supporting us and sharing that message. So thank you so much, and speak to you soon. You take care. Bye now.